Today is September the 30th, 2020. This is the Service Hero Show, 365 Days of Awesome. Celebrate success through service. My name is Tamara Hunter, and I am your host. This is the show where we tell the inspiring stories of those that are inspiring others. So let's do this. Today we have our service hero, and oh my goodness, am I excited about today's show. We have Dr. Sophie in the house, and may I say, she is absolutely a service hero. And by the time we've spent some time together today, you will all know exactly why it is that I can make that bold statement. She is out there truly serving so many and has been for a while. She, that smile that she has right there is one that not only are you going to be smiling, I have a feeling you're going to be laughing a little bit today too, and understanding what it is to get in tune with yourself. So I want to say, welcome, Dr. Sophie. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Tamara. It is such an honor and a pleasure to be here with you today. I love all that you're doing. I've heard a lot of your shows, and you are just amazing. So it is a wonderful time together today for me.
Well, thank you. I mean, you just made me feel good because it's nice to share that the love, right? And we have a lot of people that are starting to show up here too, that are here to share the love with you. We've got Helene Wilson, the first ambassador of the chat for the buddies. You'll be meeting many of them today, I am sure, and she will be recognizing many that are coming to say hello. Thank you, Carol Berzins, one of our producers. She keeps things going at the very last minute. I even was calling upon her because we were having a little bit of issues. And what's so wonderful is when you have good people that are there to serve and take care of things, it makes you feel good. We've got Joshua Berglund in the house, the world's mayor. Love it when he's here, and so many more, and they're going to be showing up in a variety of different ways as we tell your story. I want to start off by kind of getting an idea of who it is that you are, because you're one of my newer friends, if you will. However, that is my fault completely. You actually reached out to me a while ago, and I did not realize it until I doubled back and I saw that, and I thought, oh my goodness, this woman is absolutely incredible. You reach out to people, and thank you. Back at you. That is truly something that I have found is one of your service hero gifts. So let's start with kind of like who you are. Sofie Nubani. Now, you're originally from where?
I was born in Amman, Jordan. So I'm originally from the Middle East. And I lived in different countries throughout my life. So I lived in North Africa. I lived in Cyprus by Greece. I lived in Oman in the Gulf. And then I've been here for the majority of the most of my years, I would say about 24 years now. So in Orlando, Florida, United States.
Orlando, Florida.
Magical Disney World.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. You're around the corner from recreation. However, right now in the time of that we're in, things are a little different, and that's why we've been dating the shows. September the 30th, and you have a world view, and not only a world view. You're Dr. Sofie Nubani, and you have such an diverse background, yet it makes complete sense because you have been studying the mind and mindset and how our laughter and how different things that maybe we take for granted in some ways can actually help to change the chemicals in our body to make us perform and be so much better and healthier. And in my way of thinking, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, is it's a little bit more of a global way of thinking.
Mm. Yeah, you see, when we talk about laughter, since you mentioned laughter, and what's so funny, out of all the things that I do and all my credentials and even my book, laughter has been very attractive. I still did put it in the book because I really believe that laughter supports better creative thinking. So I had to incorporate laughter as well. But in such times that we're going through, it's definitely a big ally to your immune system, to your overall feeling good, because it does boost your endorphins and increase the production of your serotonin, your dopamine, your cortisol levels drop, your oxytocin levels rise just by laughter. So imagine if you can add all these boosters with laughter versus medicine. And I'm not, hey, we're not saying that you don't need medicine if you do need it. It's just a very good help to incorporate for better recovery or better prevention. So either way, you win in a healthy way too. So yes, it's been a very attractive. People are craving joy. They are
Right.
craving laughter. They are craving to be nurtured. They're craving to connect with their childlike innocence, because it's too much global pressure that they're facing, and they are forced because of our pandemic right now. It's a time of death and rebirth. So they are forced a lot of times to change. And if they're not flexible enough and adaptable for change, they're going to feel resistance within. And incorporating laughter and humor allows those heart walls to dissolve and allows you to really surrender to the moment, to the present, to the now, and be engaged and more aware, because that's what laughter does. It engages both hemispheres of the brain. And when you do that, you become even more creative, and the benefits of laughter stay for hours and hours after the initial heartfelt belly laughter. So, it's really that powerful.
I love it. I love it. And I want to address something that Ruben on station. Let me tell you,
Hey,
he mentioned
Ruben.
he I love it that he's here. He's always and he's such a service hero, and he's always watching out. He's got
He
our
really
back.
is.
I love it. I love it. And I will say, Ruben, we are actually streaming live in multiple different places. And so we may have a couple people here, we may have a lot of people there and everything. And thank you so very much for really, keeping an eye on it because, we do want to get the message out there and we are live. And what's nice too is that being a part of the E360 TV platform, we also are on demand. So, people will be able to see us one way or another. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody understood that. And
Nice.
we have Alexa, I'm glad you're here with us. That's awesome. Okay,
Yay.
so what I want to do, because I have some surprises up my sleeve here,
You
and
always
I
do.
usually do.
Tamara,
They usually
you are amazing. You are really called for this specific role, and you do it very, very elegantly. So I have to give you that on air.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that because I have fun. I have to say, because I love getting to know amazing people that are out there serving with a servant's heart. And that is exactly what you are doing. Now, I'm gonna show a couple of things, and then we're gonna do something here fun. So let's bring this up right now. You just recently were on the Global Achievers magazine cover, and that was quite the little experience for you, because I know that there was a bit of a contest going on that one.
Like no other. I mean,
yes, well said.
yes.
And you actually won the contest, and so you were featured on the Global Achievers magazine cover. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then I wanted to then say that's how I actually got to know you and be able to see that. Then I wanted to contact you. I wanted to reach out, and I'm like, oh, I owe her a huge apology. And because it was big. It was a long time ago, guys. That happened. And it was not on fault. It was not on purpose. However,
I'm sure.
we were able to connect because of the Global Achievers magazine, and we had like a little party that was a lot of fun. Yeah. Yes. And so then let's see here. What I want to do is I want to actually bring up a comment from someone that has something to share with you. And let's do that. And then we're going to go in and talk a little bit more about laughter, because I really am. I'm loving the whole idea of it, because guys, do you know we have a queen? We have a queen in our presence. We're going to talk about that in a moment.
Sophie. I should say Dr. Sofie Nubani. I just want to congratulate you. You truly are a service hero. Through the years I've known you, you have gone out of your way to really help and serve others. You told me that's your mission in life, and you've proven it. You were not a person that would just say it. You went out there and put your heart forth in helping many others become the best that they can be. I want you to continue that journey, so keep going at it. I just can't say enough about you, and I wish I could. I could probably spend all day just raving about you. But you are an amazing individual. Keep up the good work that you're doing, and continue to make a difference for others, as you already have.
So that is Dr. Bob, right?
You got me in tears, Tamara, like very unexpected, unbelievable.
Oh, well, when you have people that admire you and believe in you and are happy and feeling the joy that you are being recognized. Oh, can I tell you that there's people that love you and absolutely blessings. And this is a gentleman that you guys are adorable when you're in front of a group teaching about mindset, and you teaching the laughter yoga, and Dr. Bob, his title is what? I got it here. You go ahead and tell us.
Transformational Grandmaster.
There you go. Transformational Grandmaster. I love it. Yeah, the Queen of Laughter. The Queen of Laughter. Yes, guys. I even have, a tiara here that, it's like, if I give it to you to be wearing right now, I'd be like, okay, here you go. So there you are. Honorary also, Tira, on.
Oh,
You are a queen of laughter. And when I was watching you do your stuff in front of, and you had a beautifully produced segment that is on YouTube, and I had so much fun watching the two of you guys interacting together and interacting with a room of people there in Florida. And and
yes.
and why don't we talk about that? You were explaining about laughter, and I know that myself, that when I've had some really tough days, if I and I've been practicing some laughter yoga with someone, and if I go into that, it's like all of a sudden I'm feeling great. And
Yes.
and I might be a little hoarse, but I'm feeling amazing. There's something to it, isn't there?
Very therapeutical. Absolutely. It massages all your internal organ. You got to look at it like your diaphragm exercises only when you're laughing the best way. So you go, it actually does that. And when we look at everything, and if we go on a deeper way of looking at life and creation and everything, uh, an infant laughs before they can walk or talk, right?
Yeah.
So even in the natural process of our existence, laughter is a natural thing that we came with to the world. And when we suppress that and we decrease its value by practicing that and applying it into our daily regimen, we are going on off alignment, because we forget, you work, 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 or you worry, 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 and you forget to play and connect with that joy and your inner child, and you become extremely intense and stressed, and your cortisol levels go higher, and you start looking at life from a different angle because you're so tensed internally. So when you loosen your muscles and the tension just starts to release, and you just start to feel more at ease, and a state of flow starts entering into your system, you can think more clear and you feel more grounded. And it just, when we understand the benefits of laughter, we no longer think that, if I am going through a very sad moment in my life, I don't give myself permission to laugh because that is not honoring that person or that thing or the situation. But on the contrary, if we look at it as a science, as a behavior, as a habit, right? And we adapt that as a new process and create new patterns in our habit and performance, we are going to start using it just like you would brush your teeth. It will become part of your daily regimen. And when we're conscious and aware of that, then we are going to practice that more often. And that's why you feel different. Like you said, when you're doing your laughter yoga, you start to feel a lot better. Somehow, it might not be on an immediate degrees where you're like now suddenly forgot about everything, but it's going to minimize, it's going to relax, it's going to allow a little more looseness, less tension. And with time, it's just going to open up, and you're going to move forward, and you're going to be able to overcome that state, because it will shift your state right away. You cannot be angry and laugh at the same moment.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. And I one of the things that you were sharing was a study that was done with heart patients that were
Yes.
receiving medical treatment. The one difference was that the one group was also practicing laughter yoga, and the other group wasn't, and there was a dramatic difference, wasn't there?
60% of the people who did not engage in laughter exercises versus the study on the group that did had reoccurring symptoms versus the others completely recovered. So it's a big percentage not to be noticed. And that's why
Now, the science is looking at it as an important topic, and why doctors recommend it, why even, all the wellness programs are now really becoming more attractive and more people are aware of them, versus in the past where you just go A to Z, you take this, you do that, without incorporating any other holistic modalities into your regimen. So it is beautiful because there's a more awareness on it, just like what you're doing today. And especially with people who have gone through tremendous trauma and need recovery, and they got, and they faced it and they felt it, and then that's not, it's a challenging road if you don't have tools to assist and help you to have hope, and also to feel better, to ease the pain, to distract the attention from the pain. And so those, like Norman Cousins, he when they told him he had a, deadly disease, and it was almost, they gave him no time, and that's it. A 1 month, he went, and all he did is watch comedies consistently.
Right.
When he came back, they didn't know, like, how did that happen? So
Yeah.
when we look at stuff like that, we have to be wise enough to really recognize the power of laughter, the power of creativity, the power of the mind, and incorporate everything that we can to assist us within our journey.
So well said. So agreed. Absolutely. I mean, I have to say, like, I know I'm being a little fun here, but we're talking laughter, guys. Okay, so I'm giving you a hand. Yes. Right?
There you go.
Yeah, because we gotta lighten it up in our lives, and I'm loving it. I want to see, because I'm going to be covering us up here for a second. I was just listening. Okay, he was talking about Greg Braden is being your true self. He was saying that we have more protocols in certain areas, which make it easier to do some things than others, that it's why we struggle in some areas and not in others. We have to really strive to persevere in other areas. How can we utilize laughter as a strategy to help make the process easier? So we are being asked a question by Ruben, and I do want to let everybody know that beyond being the queen of laughter, of which that is a title, you actually are.
And wisdom. It's laughter
And wisdom. Oh, that's right. Oh, yes. We got to get the right one. Yes. Yes. Very important. And you are also a certified NLP master practitioner, coach and trainer. You are an emotional and social intelligence coach. EFT, which I looked this up, emotional freedom technique, and TFT practitioner, which is thought field therapy, right? Okay. Yes. Then Chios master, is it Chios?
Chios master.
Chios. Yes. Okay. Balancing and healing chakras, right? Reiki 3 master. Of course, a laughter yoga instructor, and you're working towards your PhD in transpersonal counseling. And I even looked that up and have a whole bunch of stuff on that. It's fascinating. So you know what you're talking about, in other words. And that's what I wanted to put out there. I want people to understand that when you answer this question that Ruben had asked, you really are someone that has been studying and working with many in the field. So again, that is why we struggle in some areas. We have to really strive to persevere in others. How can we utilize laughter as a strategy to help make that process easier?
Yeah, that's a very good question. And it is beautiful, because when we are aware that we are into that kind of going routine and on go, and we need a strategy, that would be the best way to really apply a new pattern and distract old behavior. So the neural pathways in our mind are used to certain habits. By repetition, they become by default. You know, you wake up, you get your coffee, you go drive, or you walk, or you do whatever your routine in the morning is, right? So how can we distract that? Just like I would say, you know, start brushing your teeth in the left hand if you're a right hand. How can we start incorporating laughter into our regimen? First of all, if you really understand the science of laughter, it's going to motivate you a little bit more to start. Because just to tell you, you know, start going, things are funny, and you're really stressed at work, you're stressed in life, and everything around you is going crazy. It might not feel right to you. But if you really understand what it's really doing for you, you might take it a little bit more serious. And I'm not joking on that one.
Right. It's true, because there's you know, there is healing power in it. There is, and the thing about it too is that our brain and our body doesn't know if we're faking it. It's one of the emotions that we get a bang for the buck, if you will, and it doesn't matter if it's authentic or not. That in itself is truly huge. And that's one of the reasons with our nonprofit that is supporting people that are affected by cancer and now other life-threatening health events, including we've opened our doors for COVID and the pandemic, and we lead with humor, because we have 5 different things we say: humor, hope, heart, hugs, and a whole lot of love. And so we lead with it and ask, have we had our daily dose of laughter yet today? Right?
Beautiful.
Because there's healing properties in that, right?
Right. So to answer Ruben, when I first took my laughter yoga class as an instructor, the instructor was saying, you know, you have different walks of life. You have people who you can tell them a little joke and they'll crack up and fall on the ground laughing. And then there are people, you tell them the funniest joke to everybody, 90% of the people would laugh at it, and they're still serious and they have a hard time laughing about it. They're a little bit more tense, they're serious in life, they're more reserved, they're more, you know, introverted. And it's just by nature, it's harder for them to really bring that in. So we had to practice first thing in the morning to smile while we're looking at the mirror, like to smile at ourselves. It might sound silly in the beginning, right? Because you're like, you know, okay, here you go. Life sucks. And I'm going to go, yeah, life is beautiful. Oh, here you go, Ruben. You're the bestest. Don't you look great with that beautiful smile? Look at your teeth. Oh, my God. You know, it might not be the easiest thing to start with, but gradually the habit starts to form. And myself, I always, because I like to start, you know, with my gratitude journal and what I'm thankful for. And it just kind of puts me into that more of a smoother state to begin with, regardless of any challenges or obligations or commitments or responsibilities that my day needs attention to. It just keeps that image. You see, when you look at yourself, because the mind process through pictures, images, the best. And I didn't understand, why would they want us to look at the mirror and laugh, right? Why would, you know, I remember I worked in sales a long time ago, and I remember the first ever director was saying to me, look at the mirror in the morning and just say, I can solve it, you know. And I was wondering, why do you think everybody's telling you to look at the mirror and talk to yourself, you know, in your early 20s, you're like figuring it out. But then I realized after studying how the brain processes through images most. So even now, if you're writing an article on Medium or something, and you just write an article, that's one way. But if you put images, it's going to be more engaging, more entertaining, more attractive to the readers. And now we say even videos are more attractive, because why? Because there's movement, there's sound and all that. So imagine if you're looking at the mirror and you're making an image or a sentence, empowered words, intentions, whatever it is that you want to invite to your sphere, your cognitive sphere, then you are going to be able, while you're driving, believe it or not, your own image will pop to you. as an image versus, you know, how you would think of somebody and you would think of them. You'll start seeing that, but you'll start seeing the smile, you know, that, and it'll open you up automatically. If you have people walking the street and you see someone smiling, and it opens your heart chakras. It opens your spirit up immediately. And our heart magnetic field is so much, it is stronger than any other in our whole system. So imagine once you do that, it is going to empower you. So I would start with that as a basic for a little bit of a switch from your regular habits. Is I would start by smiling back to myself into the morning so that you can create and develop a new habit, a new pattern for your mind. And then with your time permitting, I would set a time, whether you can do laughter therapy with friends, whether it is about you watching more comedies, interacting with more jokes, join our laughter mindset group, anything that you can actually add more and invite that energy into your life. And if you can't find the people, guess what? Create something. So what do you think the laughter mindset started? Is because, you know, we wanted to create more laughter. So we started laughing with others and creating that and inviting that. So basically, I would put that as something like I'm planning for it, okay? And if you have a worry or a challenge, there's an exercise that I like, you know, to do is, you know, bring that challenge mental screen and visualize it that is in front of you, and then you feel it. You have to hear it and see it. And then bring the challenge all the way from there to your hand and put all that challenge, that problem, that whole thing in your palm. And then look at it and laugh it off. It sounds silly, but I'm going to tell you, it takes it out of your energy. It carries over you.
I love it. I'm going to interrupt you here for a moment because, Carol, I want to ask if Sophie is frozen to you or if she is only frozen to me, because right now I may need to take you down from the line if you are actually frozen. So let me just look ever so quickly. The fun of, you know, live, which you are very, very aware of, given what it is that you do, and I'm going to be sharing that in just a minute. Interesting. I don't know. So Carol, if you could let me know, that would be wonderful. What I'm going to do, yes, she is. Okay. I am going to actually bring up an image. I'm going to take you down from the line for a moment, and I may need you to, and then we're going to bring you back up. If you're still frozen, we may have you come right back in. So that is going to be our strategy for right now. So let me bring this up because that shares what it is. Okay, we're going to bring her back in. Let's see. Are you frozen now? It looks as though you still are. Yes. Okay. So I need you to go ahead and exit out of the show right now and come right back in. You'll come right back in, and we'll have her back in just a moment. In the meantime, what we're going to do is I'm actually going to share a video about the buddies since I've got it loaded, and we'll do that. By then, she'll be right back. All right.
Life is so fragile, and we're constantly reminded just how fragile life can be, especially when we or a loved one is told we have cancer. Cancer survivor myself, I can tell you, we still feel very alone in this journey.
There's a study that's been showing that patients who are socially isolated have a worse prognosis, have a worse outcome than patients who are socially interconnected.
Buddies for Life is a non-profit cancer support group for those whose life has been impacted by cancer. We'll match you with the perfect buddy. Humor, hope, heart, and hugs.
Humor, hope, heart, hugs, and a whole lot of love.
We're offering you a free membership, so please sign up today. Share this with your friends and family, and support this community in every way you can. No one should face cancer alone.
I am a chemo buddy for life.
We are a Buddies Network.
No one does cancer alone.
Be a buddy.
And we are all here for you as a community of love.
We are chemo buddies for life.
And if you've heard 3 words, you have cancer, for yourself or someone else, you belong with us at Chemo Buddies for Life.
Healing through connections.
All right, we have her back. Yay! Yay! You know, and it gave us an opportunity, and so that some, you know, humor, hope, heart, hugs, and a whole lot of love.
I love that video. It's so touching and it's really moving. And I have such a special area in my heart because I lost my mom to cancer. And I know that she was so blessed to have a lot of love around her. And that gave me peace as she transitioned, because you're so right. But some people don't have the family to be around them, and maybe not enough friends or family in where they're located. And I could have only imagined if she had to do that by herself, or she was one of those people, of the many people who really feel alone facing cancer. And what you're doing, Tamara, is so honorable. I mean, I am telling you, I almost had tears just looking at the video again. And I've seen that before, but it just touches me every single time because, you know, when we're laughing, we're happy, right? But when you're making someone laugh that is really in pain, that's even 10 times more rewarding and more joyous and more, you know, it's such a mission that you're on that I really admire, and I commend you for that so much.
Well, thank you. You know, and that's this show is actually, it started because of the buddies, and to give them the inspirational stories of those inspiring others like yourself, like so many of them are here. Our ambassadors are from our buddies. They are ambassadors of our buddies. And yes, welcome back, Dr. Sophie. And Carol is one of our senior ambassadors and also one of the producers of this show. She's here to make sure and troubleshoot and all sorts of random things. Thank you so much.
Yes.
You know, and yes, we need to fix the clicking. I don't know what's going on with that right now, and so we do. You know, the clicking noise is still there. There's not much we can do about it. We're just gonna continue because your story is one that we can. We'll try to wash it through maybe a sound something for the video later to see what it is that, you know, we can fix for the long term. Let's go into this now, because you are one of the global achievers, and of course you were on the magazine. You also, and I want to bring this up because you are an international, and you've got the books right behind you, an international best-selling author. Optimize your creative mindset. And I've got it written down here. Let's see. Creative mindset. Unlock the power of your imagination. I love it. And can I just say that image is like the very best. It's the best.
Aww.
I love it.
It makes you feel free and liberated, doesn't it?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, it does.
Tamara, I know your spirit. That's what I mean. Tamara. You're that person. You're sitting there and freeing your spirit and clearing your mind and relaxing your body.
There you go. I'm loving it. And I'm loving it that you're sitting in it sideways. I love that. Like your way, you know, it's like, okay, I'll sit in the chair like I want to, you know, and it works for me right now. Right. And,
yes.
And so, let's see, Helene, I'm thankful for the Chemo Buddies community. I'm a survivor of cancer. Yes, you are, my dear. And I'm so very happy you're here with us. And I love the cover of the book. Yes, 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 yes. And so I want to go on that you're a best-selling author in 3 different areas. Congratulations.
Blessings.
And it's getting harder and harder to do that. And so this is huge. Popular psychology, creativity, and genius. I love it. Creativity and cognitive psychology. So let's go into this a bit because, there's a lot of stuff here that, I'm thinking, keep it simple because we can. I can understand laughter, and I can understand feeling good, and I can understand waking up, and with all of these different practices, then having the mind to open up. And so then clarity takes place, right? And we can be our better selves.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. That was a journey, let me tell you. And it's becoming such, it's almost every day unfolds to another thing, Yesterday, I woke up and I saw that I won the Blue Blazer for All Women Rock organization for excellence and achievement. And it is such an honor to see that people are noticing when you are doing from your heart a lot of work, when you are giving, there you go. You're on top of every, Tamara, I don't know about you. You are something here.
I have one more surprise up my sleeve somewhere too. Okay, keep going. Yes. I'm loving this. I'm loving it, guys. And we're laughing. And yes, Carl Wilson, he's so sweet. He's so sweet. And he wanted to give you a clip in recognition, and yet he did a post. And so you have a post out there in recognition for being a service hero today too. It was so sweet. So sweet.
He is an amazing, dynamic servant leader. And what a big heart, and has tremendous energy to give. He's like everywhere, and he wears so many hats. And when I saw he's running for mayor for 22, I was like, all right, Carl, you got my vote.
I know. Moreno Valley is not very far from me,
Oh, look at you. Yes.
I'm in Southern California. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's down the street.
I know. That is amazing. What a beautiful things that when you're in service from the heart. I mean, Optimize Your Creative Mindset is 427 pages, okay? And it originally was supposed to be 1 book. It turned to a 3-book series because I ended up writing over 1,000 words, thinking I'm just writing 1 book. But, you have those ideas. Then you have, visions and divine intervention to subject that you didn't even plan to in your original chapter writings. And you're like, wait a minute. And then you go, and it's like a research. It is inspiring 14 contributors with amazing stories. And by the way, that's what I wanted. Remember when I texted you that?
Okay. Right. Yes. Okay. Yes, I remember now. Yes.
Because I really felt the Chemo Buddies for Life. Like I felt that connection, and I've seen your work, and I said, this lady is just the right story, the right inspiration and all that. So it is because I really saw that from my heart. But those contributors really, I mean, Tamara, like beyond my own, like I teared. I was like, wow. Like Dr. David Friedman, he has a big podcast, and his book won many awards. He has 5 PhDs, and he has a textbook of college. And he says, Sophie, he actually put a story in the book that he has never talked about as a gift to the book. How beautiful is that? It got me surprised. I was curious. I was like, when is he submitting his story? I want to read it. I want to know more about this. It was just phenomenal. And the journey was beautiful. So it hasn't, and then I created 2 new global concepts. the Circle of Creative Masters Institute and the Circle of Creative Masters really is a global new vision of a different way of masterminding, but focusing on creativity leading to innovation. And also and a yin and yang action vision dream board with a new concept of how you actually attach to your goals emotionally, but also the preparation, the steps. It's just a little bit of a new technique that also came to me it was the middle of the night. I remember when I just channeled that information. And I started writing. And I'm like, oh my goodness, it's daytime. I'm still writing. And it was stuff like that. This book really had its way of how it wanted to be present to the world, including picking the chapters. I woke up one day, I'm like, okay, now I got to divide this book. How am I going to do book one? I asked a question. I have a habit before I go to bed. I always ask a question. Always. After I do my meditation, my prayers, everything, I have to ask my question before I doze off. And my question is, what chapters would be in book one? Do you know, Tamara, just in the morning, just before I walk into my bathroom, like literally from my room, all the download of the 13 chapters came to me, that there are 13 chapters. So they ended being 12 plus one extra, which is my bonus chapter that I give creative techniques in for a bonus. And it was amazing. So when we have that intention of service and from love, God, the universe, humans all start to show up to help you accomplish your mission in many ways.
Absolutely. And I love that you said that you do this before you go to bed, because it's something that I've started doing also. Someone had one of my mentors, I actually was writing about her this morning. It's really interesting that you would be bringing this up right now. It's not a surprise, and it's just not. And she was live, and she was talking about, write this down, write down your question, or write down a thought before you go to bed, or see something and go deeper, taste it, smell it, feel it. Whatever it may be, whatever the intention is for that moment. And then when you're sleeping, your body, your mind, the universe, all of the above, your belief system will get to work, because that's where, with all of your certificates and licenses and everything that you've got going on, your education, this is where it's putting it all into practice. And you're sharing in a concrete story how you put that into practice. You woke up and there was your answer, the download. And
it is beautiful. It's so practical. I mean, if you practice it.
Yes, that's the key. Now, I told you I have a surprise, and I don't want to let our time get by that I don't pull it out. So I'm pulling it out because we're talking about the global thing. So let me pull one more surprise out.
Hi, everyone. My name is Vikki Omifolaji. I would like to talk a bit about Sophie, just a little bit about Sophie. I always talk about how my net worth is my network. So I invest a lot into my network because I know that can take me places that I never dream of. That is why I was so amazed the day I listened to a voice message left to me by Sophie on Facebook Messenger, where she introduced herself and asked for us to catch up and see what we can do together. And since then, she's been on the cover of my page of my magazine. She's graced the cover of my magazine. She's taking part in so many of the things that I've done in the last since we met. So she's been on my show. She's just a wonderful, brilliant woman that I'm so glad to have in my network. Sophie, thank you for being you. Thank you for doing you. And thank you for never, ever asking for permission to be you.
Oh, wow, Vikki.
There's the heart of the Global Achievers VIP family right there. And and I thought, oh, wow, how beautiful was that?
Oh, wow. Yeah, you are amazing, Tamara. Like, I got goosebumps, literally. That was a surprise. Wow. Yes, Vikki has been amazing. I love what she's doing. I see that you write consistently there too. You are, and yeah, I love what you're doing, Tamara. Your contribution is always beautiful. Your light is shining bright. But I connected with Vikki immediately in that frequency of serving
Uh-huh. Yeah.
with unconditional human service, truly, truly from the heart. When our tribe meets and connects, it's the bigger why that drives every one of us. And when I see Tamara, you're focused on your mission, and I see Vikki focused on her mission, I see Dr. Bob focused on his mission, Renee Raish, Carl Wilson, a lot of people, they're just so focused on their mission. And even though we do different things, but our love charges and fuels one another, because we are holistic thinkers, and we need to really plant those seeds to many more wherever we're walking in our path and journey, so others can get that and be inspired by that, and those then can help other people. And so for me, when I see that, I want to help. I want to be part of that contribution for that person to grow, to shine, regardless if it is in my field or not. I just see that they're authentic, they're real, they're dedicated, and they're serving with love. I want to support that soul. I want to be part of that contribution to their success. Nobody hires me for it, but my soul calling tells me that this is what makes me feel my soul is smiling when I see that. Your success is my success. Vikki's success is my success, because you're serving a community. You're serving globally. You're serving many. You're helping. You're assisting. You're supporting. And for me, that's what I mean. Your success is my success, because we got influenced by our environments. And if you're creating better communities around the world, then we all win in the end. But if everyone does this little baby part on their side, that doesn't have to do with them specifically, but are able to still give that, that's when the balance starts happening. And that's when we all start feeling those dopamine levels, start the reward feeling that starts going and pumping in your brain. And you're like, I want to do more of that, because that's love is the highest frequency we can share with each other. Oh, thank you, Tamara. And that was amazing. Thank you.
Well, it's amazing, because they want to serve you. They wanted to recognize you and share the love, because that's what you're doing. It's like what Dr. Bob said about the fact that you had stated a while ago that you were here to serve others, and you are out there helping. And I have to say right now, I know we're getting to the end of the show. Yeah, I really want to make it clear, everyone, that if you are a business person, or if you have a business and you're at a point where you really need some Dr. Sophie, I mean, that is what you are doing for, if you will, like the day job, right? You're helping right now more than ever. There are so many businesses that are having to refigure it out, and as they say, a lot of them are saying pivot. You hear that a lot, and yet it really kind of like covers it. And so if they want to get a hold of you to check into that, how do they do that?
I would make it, the easiest way is to go to my website, drsofie.nubani.com. So DRSOFIE.NUBANI.com. My contact information, my email address is there. My phone work number is there. I mean, text message. There's also a free consultation that I offer for people to assess where they're at, to see where, how I could be a fit for them, and them a fit for what I'm serving, so that they can benefit most. And it's always a pleasure to see people transition, transform, and transcend in their life. And this is one of my passions, is to empower, encourage, uplift, and relax, people. I have this thing, as much as I want to go, and push, I have this passion about calming them down, getting them to a stage 0, and then go after that. Recharge, think, and then breathe. And now let's start our step and our mission plan towards what your goals are and so forth. So, and I'm passionate about it. Whether I get paid or not, I could do this all day, all night with everyone around. It's just because I'm so passionate about it. I love it.
And it's obvious. It's obvious. And look, you know, and so as we're closing, I know everybody's like, oh, don't take her away. Let's
So
you guys can go to, it's right there. It's just the dot is, put it at the end of the I and then put COM and you got it right underneath her, Dr. Sofie Nubani.com. There you go, .com. All right. And so you can check it out and contact her. And because you are truly such an light and an element of joy and service. It just oozes in all that you are. And when I first got to have any kind of association with you, it was like, oh, I need more of that. I do. I need more of that. Okay. I sign up wherever that is. And so, you know, and so I want to say thank you for being the service hero that you truly are, Dr. Sofie, because you are. You have shared with us, and I am feeling very, you know, I'm feeling light in my soul, light in my step, you know, and really brightened for the day. And I want to say personally, thank you for that. Thank you for being the service hero that you are.
Oh, Tamara, right back at you. Tenfolds. I mean, I've been on many shows and, you know, that I appreciate so much. But you truly surprised me. You surprised me. I teared listening to the videos. I'm like, when did you do that? How did you do that? I was just not expecting this. And it just speaks volumes of your heart, of your giving heart, your servant leadership. It speaks volume of your intentions. And I give you a big hug.
Well, right back at you. And I think, you know, Dr. Bob, thank you. We pulled it off. And
he sure pulled you guys. Let me tell you, you did very good. It was a big surprise.
We had a few issues, and he did not give up. I got to give that man some props. And so, you know, and so as we close the day today, we have definitely on September the 30th made the case that yes, Dr. Sofie, you are a service hero without a doubt. And we are just going to have so much fun because we're going to be serving together on a global level and making a difference together, right?
Amen to that. And we are, Tamara, because I see we are connected with a lot of projects that require global service. And well, you see how the universe and everything works in divine order and divine timing.
Absolutely.
When your intention is pure, it's going to attract your soul tribe to you because you're meant to serve your calling and you need to be with your tribe closely knitted so you can provide for others that service and create more leaders so they can help others become that as well. So I am so grateful for that, Tamara, and thank you so much for this beautiful, all these surprises. And let me tell you, I have to give it to you. You are just amazing. Yes.
Well, now we got to let it go because we want the next show to be able to use the airways. So I'm going to say goodbye to you and everyone else. See you guys on Friday.
Blessings.